In this video, I'm going over a defense that will instantly win you more games. With overpowered blitzes, lockdown pass defense, and stifling run defense, you're gonna start dominating in Madden 25. So let's get into it. Within any defense, you always need good blitzes. So I'm gonna go over two base blitzes that are the best in this defense and in Madden 25. I'll be in the Patriots playbook running the formation dime 1-4. And in this defense, you always want auto flip off and auto alignment on base. Now, once you go into dime 1-4, you also want to choose your audibles. The way you do that is by going to the formation, pressing LT or L2, and then in the audibles, you can then pick your plays. And for this defense, you always want cover 4 drop and cross 3 fire. Now, in this defense, we will always be coming out of the play double safety go. The reason for that is because the safeties will drop down into the box like you see here. Then in the play, all you're gonna do is audible to one of the plays. And you can do that by pressing X or square and then picking one of the plays. So for the first base blitz, we're gonna go over the engage blitz, which is ran out of cover 4 drop. And you're gonna see once you pick cover 4 drop, the safeties stay in the box. Now for the blitz, here are the adjustments. All you're gonna do is shade down by pressing Y or triangle and down on the right stick to convert the curl flats to hard flats. Then you're going to user the right side linebacker and you're going to blitz all of your linebackers. And you can do that by going to the right on the D-pad and then going down with the right stick. So then it should look like this. Then all you're gonna do is rezone your user and you're gonna drop down to the left of the left guard like you see on the screen. Then you're gonna lock in your user. The way you lock in your user, if you come down here to the left of the left guard, stop running and then start to try to run again straight down, you're gonna be locked in and you're gonna see you're not gonna be able to run. So right now I'm holding the left stick all the way down and it's not letting me run. So you're going to just hold the left stick all the way down so you can engage with the left guard at the snap, and this blitzer will come in completely free. So let me get this set up here. We're locked in. Then at the snap, we engage with the left guard, and that blitz comes in completely free, just like that. So the cool thing about this blitz is that it also comes in on the other side. So if we do the same exact adjustments, but this time we user the left linebacker, and then blitz all of our linebackers, rezone our user like we did before. And this time we actually hover over the right guard and engage with the right guard instead of the left guard. You're gonna see that the blitz will still come in the same exact way, completely free for an easy sack. Another thing about this engage blitz is that you can actually put your D tackle like we have here in a hook curl or any other zone that you want. And you're gonna see that this blitz still comes in completely free, just like that, just sending 3 players. Now for the second blitz, we're gonna go over cross 3 fire. Now for this setup, the loops actually come in on both sides. But first, let's go over the first way we're gonna run it. For the adjustments, put both safeties in inside quarters like this. You can do that by double tapping Y or triangle, pressing the safeties icons, and then going to the right with the right stick. The next adjustment is to shade down by pressing Y or triangle and then down on the right stick. Then you're going to user the right side linebacker again and put him in any zone that you want. Then an optional adjustment is to QB contain to prevent the QB from scrambling. Then at the snap, you're going to see that this looper will come in completely free just like that for an easy sack. So now if I set this blitz up the same way, but this time user this linebacker, this blitz will still come in. It's not as consistent as the left side linebacker going from the left to the right, but it still comes in fairly consistent. So what you're gonna see when I snap the ball, he might get blocked here and he doesn't, he comes in completely free, gets blocked a little bit, but still is able to make the sack. The other thing I wanna mention is that this blitz will still come in even if you only send 3 players. So we can put this D end on the side of the looper in a vert hook, and now we have great coverage and we still only have 3 people rushing, but the blitz still comes in very, very well, just like you see right there. Now, coverage-wise, the best thing you can do is just lurk the middle of the field like you see here. So all around this area, and then switch stick to corner routes. So you're gonna see, let's say they're running Y sail, which is a very popular play. What we can do is then switch stick to this player to guard the corner, and you're gonna see there's really not much time for your opponent to make any throw. Now, let's go over how we can stop some of the most popular plays in Madden. So as we know, trips tight end flex is a very popular formation. More specifically, motion Y post is one of the best plays in the game. And when we click on that play, we're gonna go into double safety go like we do for every play in this formation. One of the most popular setups is putting that B receiver on a slant. Well, I have a setup for you that will honestly take this all the way. What you're gonna do is go to cross 3 fire and pay attention to the adjustments. It might seem like a lot, but I promise you, if you practice, it won't be very hard. All you're gonna do is put the safeties in inside quarters like we did before, and you're actually going to user the D end on the running back side, and you're going to put him in a vert hook or a QB spy. You can switch stick off a QB spy if you need to, because if you do switch stick, this guy will just follow the QB. The next adjustment is to put this corner on the running back side on a flat, and then put the linebacker in a hook curl just like that. I would recommend doing quick adjustments. So if you want to put that slot corner in a flat, you just double tap Y. Then you're going to pick the slot corner's button and put him in a hard flat with the left stick to the left. And then if you want to do the linebacker, you double tap right on the D-pad, click the linebacker's button, and then go to the left with the left stick to put him in a hook curl. Now, why does this setup bag this type of play? Well, I'll tell you, this seam flat guards the return route, this quarter follows the slant, and this hook curl will guard the tight end post. Well, we will guard the slant as well if they need any help guarding it. So let me actually put this guy in a QB spy so we don't get a blitz to come in. I want you to see the coverage here. So at the snap, you're gonna see that literally everything is bagged here, and they literally can't throw it to anybody. So they'll have to either throw it away or try to get some yards when scrambling. So let me go to the instant replay real quick. I want you to see here that this seam flat bags the return route. It matches on to the return route. The hook curl matches on, let me get to the hook curl here. The hook curl matches on to the post like you see here, so he cannot hit that deep. And then the inside quarter guards the slant, while we, the user, will also help bracket the slant, and everything else is guarded. So if you need to, you could switch stick to get the QB spy to run after the QB. But other than that, everything is guarded in that setup. But I do want to warn you, you don't want to run that match coverage every single play because it does have one play touchdown beaters against it. So let's go over a little more of a conservative setup. So for a conservative setup, we're just going to go in cross 3 fire again, and we're going to put our safeties in quarters. We're going to shade down by pressing Y or triangle and down on the right stick. Then we're going to user this linebacker right here on the trip side and put him in a hook curl. And then if you want, you could put the D end on the running back side on a vert hook. Now what we're going to do as the user is guard this slant and then switch stick to guard the post. We're going to switch stick to this player. So we're going to see here at the snap, we guard the slant and then we switch stick up to guard the post, and there's really nothing open. Now let's go over how we can stop the formation normal Y off close, which is gaining a lot of popularity in Madden 25. The plays we're going to go over how to stop are Y sail and, let me find it, PA snag, which are two very popular plays. First, let's go over how we can stop Y sail. So again, we're going to pick double safety go, and against Y sail, I like running cover or cross 3 fire. And then what we're going to do is put our safeties in quarters. We're going to shade down by pressing Y or triangle and then down on the right stick to convert the curl flats to hard flats. Then what we're going to do is user this linebacker on the 2 wide receiver side. And we're going to put him in a mid read. Then we only have 2 more adjustments. We're going to put the slot corner on the tight end side manned up to the tight end to guard the corner. And then we're going to put this D end on the tight end side on a flat to kind of replace the flat that is now manned up. Now the most popular setup in this play is to put the slot receiver on a drag. As the user, we're going to guard the drag quick, and then we're going to revert back to the middle of the field to guard the deep dig. So at the snap, we guard the drag route and then go back up to guard the dig route. So I want to go to the instant replay real quick to show you that this corner route that's manned up is bagged. It's very hard to throw there because not only do we have a manned up defender on him, but you also have a deep quarter that is bracketing him towards the sidelines. The flat route is guarding the flat and also will guard this drag once it gets to the sidelines. The user is guarding the drag quick, and then we're going to lurk the deep dig while they still have to deal with pressure coming from the 3-man loop blitz. So how about PA snag? Well, PA snag, one of the most popular setups, is to do something like this. Now to guard this, what we're going to do, we're going to audible to cover 4 drop. That's a glitch. Here we go. There you go. We're going to shade down by pressing Y or triangle down on the right stick. We're going to blitz all of our linebackers, and we're going to use the right side line, or at least the linebacker on the tight end side. And then we're going to put our D tackle in a hook curl just like that. Now, what you're going to do, you're going to engage with the left guard, and then you're going to switch stick if you see a tight end corner. So what we're going to do, we engage with the left guard, and then we switch stick if we need to, and that blitz will come in if they don't block a running back, which makes it even easier. But what I want you to see here is if you see that tight end on a corner, you can switch stick to the flat to then lurk the corner route. And if they want to throw this post route to the outside receiver, if we switch stick off of this player, the mid read will go right to the post route in the middle of the field to then lurk that throw. Now let's go over how we can guard a formation like bunch offset. More specifically, let's go over how we can guard bunch verticals or verts halfback under, same thing, and the popular play bench pivot. Now against bunch, I really like putting my hooks on 5 yards. Then I go into double safety go. So for this play, we're going to go to cross three fire, and we're going to user the linebacker on the running back side. Then we're going to put our safeties in inside quarters, and we're going to shade down by pressing Y or triangle and down on the right stick. Your final 2 adjustments are to put your linebacker in a hook curl or mid read, and then you're going to put the D end on the trip side on a vert hook. That vert hook will guard tight end wheel routes out of bunch verticals, and it will guard the pivot route in bench pivot. So let me actually put this guy on a QB spy so the blitz doesn't come in. And your job here is to guard any drag routes or the in route out of this play from bench pivot. And normally a setup from bench pivot is something like this, and this completely bags that setup. So what you're gonna see here is that this pivot route is completely guarded by that vert hook, and then everything else is guarded by pretty much the user. So what you're gonna see here is the vert hook on 5 yards, let me get to him, is guarding the pivot like you saw there. And if you have a really good tight end or D end, he should make a better play on that. And then as the user, you are guarding that tight end. And I kind of stopped playing here just because I was looking at everything, but you're guarding the tight end drag. And then once he gets past you to go to the flat, you're then guarding this in route by the outside receiver. Now, what if your opponent is running verticals? Well, that setup I just showed you actually does a pretty decent job against it, but a different way you can run defense against that is going to cross three fire, and this time we're going to user the linebacker on the bunch side, and then we're going to put our safeties in quarters like we did before. We're going to shade down, and then the final adjustment is to just put your user on a hook curl. And right here, all we're going to do is briefly guard the tight end, and then switch stick to this player right here to guard the deep crosser. So what you're going to see here, when I snap the ball, actually, I don't want this guy to blitz because I don't want an easy sack here. I want to show you the coverage. We're going to guard that tight end, and then we're going to switch stick to lurk that throw. And everything is guarded, and that blitz will come in too, so we'll have to get rid of the ball. So let me show you on the instant replay. So right here, if he throws that tight end, guess what? That's a user lurk. And then if he wants to throw it to that running back, well, guess what? We're switch sticking off of this guy, so he's going to guard the running back because he's on that hook curl on 5 yards. We switch sticked to the inside quarter to guard this crossing route, and that's completely bad because we will user it, and it also has over-the-top help with this safety or this outside corner. Now, the one thing I want to show you briefly is run defense. Now, run defense is actually really good in this because the loops do a great job of shooting gaps. So if you're expecting an inside zone like this, what you want to do is make sure a linebacker is looping to that side. So what I would do here is user this linebacker on the opposite side of the running back, and I'll actually kind of go back 5 to 8 yards, maybe behind this linebacker, because I'm going to loop with that linebacker. So at the snap, you're going to see that that looping linebacker goes right through the hole and shoots the gap for you. And as the user, you're just going to be there behind him. So in case that running back makes a cut back, you're going to be there to shoot that gap, or you can just be there to shoot the gap with the looper. So now let's get into the gameplay. So in this play, I chose to run the engage blitz, and you're gonna see that it comes in completely free. Well, after I engage with the user, I also drop back into coverage to guard the 2 slant routes in the middle of the field. In this play, my opponent was in bunch strong nasty in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playbook, and he was running the double pass. For me, I was running the cross 3 fire loop blitz, and this was pretty much the beginning of the game. It was his first possession, so I didn't want to give up a big play. And one of the best ways to guard this double pass is to actually user guard the throw to the running back in the backfield, and you're going to see that I did that, and he gets a big loss because of it. In this play, my opponent was in normal Y off close, and he chose to motion out the running back to the tight end side. And usually when people motion out the running back that way, that means they're probably going to run a comeback or a speed out with the running back. So what I did here was man up the slot corner to the motioned out running back to guard the comeback or speed out. And you can't see my play art here, but as the user, I was manned up to the outside receiver on the left side, and I was running a cover 4 shell with the D end on a vert hook. And you're gonna see as the play develops, the speed out was guarded by the manned up slot corner. My vert hook by the D end was guarding the drag route, and the user, me, I was guarding the post down the middle of the field. And notice that I left the spacing route underneath open because it was 3rd and 19, so I really wasn't worried about him getting a 5 to 10 yard gain because I would rally and make that tackle. But I wanted to take away any deep throws, which here I feel like I did, but we didn't get the interception, but it was still really good defense. I felt like we covered everything but that underneath route, which is totally fine in that situation. And unfortunately, we didn't get the pick, but I wanted to show this because I thought it was a good play. But luckily, on the next drive, I pretty much ran the same thing, but this time I didn't have to man anybody up. I ran a normal cover 4 drop with the D end in a hook curl running the engage blitz, and I lurked the spacing route this time for an easy pick. Now in this play, my opponent was in bunch tight end running the play whips, and I know that whips is a very popular play, so I wanted to be sure I set up a defense for it. So what I did was call cross 3 fire, and I put my user in a hook curl. And then I moved to the left of the left guard to make it seem like I was running the engage blitz. And then I put a vert hook on my slot corner instead of a hard flat because that won't guard the whip. It will leave open a flat on the left side, but a lot of people actually don't hit those flats because they want to hit the whips. And you're gonna see at the snap, what I did here was actually switch stick off my player because I wanted to guard the post in the middle of the field. But when I switch sticked off my player, he went to his hook curl position on the right side, which led him to getting an easy pick to the whip. In this next play, it was 2nd and 24, and again, I thought I played very good defense, but you're gonna see here that we don't get that pick. Now the reason I want to show you this is because of the 4th down call. So now it's 3rd and 8. And on this 3rd and 8, I run the engage blitz, and it does come in, so he has to get rid of the ball fast. And we do tackle him before he gets to the 1st down. So now it is 4th and 1. And on this 4th and 1, I chose to do some very smart adjusting. I knew my opponent liked whips. I knew my opponent liked running back streaks out of the backfield. So I set up my defense like this. I put a vert hook on the side of the running back, which was on my D end, because then he will guard the running back streak, and it will actually guard whips as well. Then on the left side, I saw there was a solo receiver, and that solo receiver, unless he was going to be on a corner, that would then get open. But I didn't think he was going to run a corner there, so I put a hard flat, a vert hook, on my slot corner, and then just a deep quarter on the safety. Then as the user, I was in a mid read. I was supposed to guard the middle of the field while also trying to get that engage blitz to come in. And at the snap, what you're gonna see is that the engage blitz does come in. That running back wheel or streak gets guarded by the vert hook. The user will guard the middle of the field like you see there. I had the post and that little crossing route in the beginning, and you're going to see everything was guarded to then get the ball back after that 4th and 1. Now, if you like this defense, you need a good offense to pair with it. So check out this video where I go over a full breakdown of the Saints offensive scheme. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.